There's a number of aspects of the Goodyear reporting process that you've managed to automate through the use of Integrator. And of course the software is designed so that you can go in there and do a lot of this yourself without necessarily calling on us as a vendor or any other service firm to help. So tell us a little bit about some of the reconciliations or calculations or particular reports that you've been able to manage to get out of Integrator, and how else you've been able to use the software to generate more time savings or improved confidence over the tax numbers.
Yeah, so there's been quite a number of them, and I guess looking at the reconciliation process, probably the big one.
Yep.
Validation verification is a big thing on reconciliation work.
Yep.
The reports that come out, I mean, it's all driven from SAP, which is what we transmit. So we know the numbers are all correct because we check back to the ledger.
Yep.
That's the first process. But the reports that we have in terms of our deferred tax asset and liabilities, the support behind it is good. It details what's happening there in terms of the movement and the journal. The unreconciled difference report out of the TA summary gives us the journal.
Yep.
So once we've posted that and upload, we get to a nil scenario.
Yep.
So then we can show, this is the journal,
Yeah.
this is where it matches, the support runs from behind it, our effective tax rate agrees back to the ledger.
Yep.
These are the permanent adjustments that we have. So the basis of the reconciliation has given us greater support documentation than we've ever had.
Brilliant.
And when we're using electronic reconciliation items, is that when we're uploading all our support, it's all there. Yep. So no one can question how we got the numbers.
Yep.
So the detail that we have out of there, and it's around about 8 pages, which is not a great deal. You don't need that much anyway. So they're basically all provisions as they come through, but certainly it gives us the impetus to have good, solid foundations for our reconciliations. Even when our auditors internally check, they say that the quality is very high.
Yep.
From what they've seen in terms of some of the other areas that we get from there. So it gives that support. The other aspect that we get, which is really good, is our effective tax rate reconciliation reporting for the US.
Okay.
And when we prepare or we check as we're going along through the close process, is that the ETA reconciliation report is actually what we use to actually put into a spreadsheet.
Yep.
That we upload into our SharePoint system.
Right.
And it's our supporting documentation.
Okay.
In there, and we can do that in Australian dollars and US dollars as well. So we've got that luxury from there, and I don't think there's too many organisations that can do that.
Yeah.
Without using a very good tax provisioning software tool.
Yep.
So that gives us that basis too. Then we move into, say, our 10K reporting, and the 10K reporting can be a fairly lengthy, tiresome process for many people who've done US reporting. But TI has managed to reduce the workload from there. So our inventory of deferred items that we have, it's all listed.
Yep.
We download a spreadsheet which is mapped automatically into that spreadsheet that we have to send off to the US.
Yep.
And it takes around about 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Previously before, it was at least a 2-3 hour job going through. So we've minimised a lot of that workload.
Yep.
And then looking at our tax package for the US, we provide a lot of information, including subpart F that we have to do, and a lot of that actually comes out from TI once again.
Great.
So it gives us that luxury of reducing our time that we need, and we can focus on other areas as part of the compliance process.
Yep. And hopefully using that one source of integrated data to actually feed multiple different reporting processes.
Yeah, so it's not just a case of preparing a journal. It's all the back-end stuff that has to be completed for the US. And in particular, there's different stakeholders as well. You look at your auditors, your internal auditors that have got to come through. We look at all our financial corporate accounting guys up in the region, the ones up in Akron who come back and ask questions. So there's quite a bit of involvement, and there's quite a bit of pool coming out from the information. So that whole aspect that we have coming out of TI is absolutely brilliant for us, because it means that we've got a good source and it's a trusted source as well, which is more important.